Abra cada palavra. Abra cada palavra e veja, ela é viva. Abra cada palavra e sinta, ela possui corpo. Abra cada palavra e ouça, ela vibra um destino. Abra cada palavra e pronuncie, ela é um espírito em ação. Abra cada palavra e perceba, ela carrega um intento. Cacá verá. Firstly, there is a secret in Samaúma's writing. There is profound knowledge as secrets keeping it themselves. The forest's secrets may be her survival. The indigenous people, original folks indeed, here in Brazil, Latin America, they have been known from keeping secrets, how to listen to them. Like an earth song, earth secrets, as guardian of the planet. A secret which teaches how to live as nature, as part of earth. That's why there is a power structure that wants to swallow these folks, their origins, their secrets. The secret, it's not denied for those whom respect the secret. This piece of work, it's not about reading literally or about a well-done reading. It's about reading like touching a trunk. Secret, collective body, forest people, beings, cosmopolicy, multi-species, multi-naturists, multi-bodies, secrets, collective body, collective body,
secrets, collective body.
Forest people,
secret,
beings,
secret, collective body,
beings,
collective body, forest people, beings, cosmopolicy, cosmopolicy, multi-species, multi-natures, multi-bodies, secret, secret, collective, body, forest, people, beings, cosmopolicy, cosmopolicy.
Firme a forquilha das ancas, a coluna se recurva, faz mormaço na floresta. Suor escorre da nuca, porejada de hortelã, e o chão se encharca de festa.
Line.
Secret, collective body,
beings,
indigenous,
collective body,
forest people,
indigenous people,
Sounds.
forest
cosmopolicy, multi-species, multi-natures,
secret,
multi-bodies,
Skins paper.
collective body,
lines, traces, sound, paper, skins,
All
paper,
skins.
skins, trunk,
multi-naturalists,
all skins,
multibodies,
lines,
Lines.
traces, sounds,
Traces.
papers, skins,
Sounds.
papers, skins, trunk,
lines,
all
Papers.
skins,
trace,
Skins,
skins,
papers.
papers, skins, trunk,
Skins,
all
skins,
skins,
paper,
all
lines,
skins,
trunk,
traces,
all
Lines.
skins,
sounds,
traces,
all
sounds,
skins, papers,
papers,
skins, trunk,
skins,
Trace.
papers,
all skins,
skins, trunk,
all
all
skins,
skins,
sound,
lines,
secret, collective body,
papers,
indigenous
Traces.
forest people,
papers,
beings, cosmopolitan,
sounds,
papers,
multi-species, multi-natures,
Papers.
multi-bodies.
papers,
The sound of leaves moving through wind. There is a secret sound in her trunk, the capacity of expressing and communicating. The wind works with Samauma's body, velocity of air crushing the sound of earth bursting grounds, precise and slow sounds. The land signs have to travel carefully. Roots are taking care of a potential message. Through time, the sound of the Samaúma touches a variety of species, saps, insects, mosses, fungus, an altruistic neighborhood, visual and electric communication. All plants can produce and exchange speeches. But if the Samaúma produces sound, can she hear and speak? Is the sound a writing choreographed through wind?
Samaúma is an enormous tree from the Amazon forest, but it can also be found all over Brazil. Many indigenous peoples understand Samaúma as a living library. Its large roots are a kind of device to communicate within the forest through the reverberation of sounds. In this proposal, Samaúma presents us with a different way of writing, considering the tree as a collective body and as a crowd of different beings, animals, microorganisms, plants. Our role is to create a translatory experience of multiple writings and bodies. This writing works as a community of beings metabolized in the body of Samaúma. It makes us think about a cosmopolitical writing, and it gives us a chance to notice that writing is a trace existing in multiple senses. The Samaúma's body is full of life, like running blood, creating a pathway that connects sinuous lines around the trunk. Pathway as writing, lines as a manifestation of writing. Samaúma is an ancestral cellular element that connects alive technologies, a tree with a fabulous capacity to express their own language, the language of the forest. For the original people of the Amazon, such as the Runicuim people in Acre, northern Brazil, the Samaúma is the majesty. These people usually settle near it. In their language, they call it Xunu. They say that it is the library of the forest, and it has other names too, such as Ladder to Heaven, Tree of Life, Mother of Trees. The tree has a leafy open crown and a huge size of 50 to 70 meters, with species that reach up to 90 meters, among the largest on the planet. The trunk reaches 3 meters in diameter, and the root structure is called sapopema. When found with others of the same species, the sapopema creates places where people of the forest can live. The sound of sapopema echoes in the forest as a means of communication, as poetic expression. In traditional botanics, the Samaúma is called Ceiba pentandra. All parts of the tree are worth using: the leaves, stems, seeds, fruits, roots. The kapok of the fruits, for example, is a fiber similar to cotton, which is used for weaving. Its other parts accumulate several healing properties as well.
The shaman, as well as Samaúma, are libraries of the forest. Pajé Agostinho Icamuru, of the Runicuim people, teaches us about a dream of a living book. He says, answering the question of why the living book? Because nature is alive. The herbs that have transformed themselves are alive, and the researchers are alive. The living book as an organism that integrates various beings that inhabit the planet: people, animals, plants, spirits, he teaches us. From the time when you talk to the animals, the plants, the spirits, from the time when you know that everything is alive, from the cosmovisions of the forest people, the living book is the forest, where the ancestral people of the Hunikuin live. A book, therefore, whose authorship is of nature itself. Or, as the Brazilian researcher Maria Inês de Almeida puts it very well, the living book is reborn on paper because it's alive and growing in the forest. If there is no forest, there is no book, there is no us. For these forest people, the herbage are ancestors. They are relatives. And the body of the forest, a mystical book? Who is giving it to read? Cacique Tadeu says, the dream of living book is to show this to the world and start to cure the world. Wouldn't the healing be in realizing that everything is alive, that plants are teachers, our relatives from other times that have been transformed into plants? How to read the world then through the key of the living book?
The Hunikuin people have taught us about the possibility of thinking about the book as a living organism, as a mediator of poetics of existence, that is, as acts of invoking life. This allows us to frame the experience of the book overflowing the paper with a notion of writing also expanded to the waters, the plants, the medicines, the stones, the territory from indigenous perspectives, writings that free themselves from the word and freely create other textualities in their multiplicities of bodies, writings that are still mute for many people. At a time when Brazil experienced the imminence of approval of views with disaster repercussions for the future of planet Earth, amidst the straining, land-grabbing, deforestation and mining in the current streaming right-wing government, so far as indigenous territories are under constant threats of repossession, with unstable land demarcations, especially in the current political situation in our country. Listening to the writing of Samaúma is a cosmopolitical stance, inasmuch as it aims to strengthen the indigenous territories themselves, so vulnerable to the finance's commands and the interests of economic power, so immense in living libraries and ancestral wisdom.